Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back, next match, Cross-Banlist Cup. Last match here in the upper part, and then, the bottom part, and then it's finally time for the top 16 playoffs. So last matchup here in this particular group, we have a deck from 2010, so somewhat Edison format, very similar. We have Quickdraw, then the Warrior versus Chaos Dragons. So there's like only 2 years a difference between both of these decks, so that's not too much, right? Not a lot. But, I mean, looking at the votes, there is a huge amount of people that see, I would prefer, see that Chaos Dragons has the advantage over a more slower deck, I guess. If you take a look at the deck list you see here, I could definitely agree, Chaos Dragons being much faster, having access to Future Fusion pre-errata, by the way, so you can instantly Foolish Burial 5 dragons from your deck to the graveyard, and, seeing that this deck has access to, Eclipse, there is just so much speed in this deck, especially with the Lightsworn engine. So, let's take a look. Both these decks have access to the, the first turn draw, right? Priority as well, so that could be important. So going first, plans, and this is okay. I kind of sacrifice my Pot of Duality in favor of Stardust. Again, no Lila, no Raikou as a follow-up play. What else destroys? Dark Hole, Heavy Storm for the potential back row, right? I can't remember what my set was. I think potential Mystical Space Typhoon for, who knows, maybe Future Fusion. I mean, the deck is not really running too many back rows, and one of the reasons why back then it did so well. Chaos hits the field, banishing Lila. That's important. You don't really want to give the deck lights in the graveyard. There was already a light. Okay, but I mean, effect failure. I think I need to protect Stardust. Again, Storm, Dark Hole, stuff like that. And this is fine. Levier is another tell that... yeah, because of priority, right? Yeah. No bottomless triple on Chaos Sorcerer. But still, I don't think at this moment there is no light in the graveyard. Okay, that's why Lila was reborn, and that's why we bottomless that one. And is this an... Oh no, I make a miscalculation. I thought, okay, let's go for game. But I'm what was it, 500 life points short, so I should have played this one a little bit differently. Like Tribute Summon maybe for a quick draw, maybe go for a game. I'm not so sure if I had the option. Should rewatch that one. Okay, so game number 2, plans is leading, and it's never a good sign if Chaos Dragons is able to open Future Fusion, because, I mean, it's basically a painful choice for the deck. But that hand is kind of mediocre, not going to lie. So, okay, and my hand is kind of solid. The Breed Dragon, having access to the Dandelion and Graveyard, Lone Fire as well. So let's see. I guess my plan here was, Scrap Dragon, pop Future Fusion, potentially attack into the face down or Sangan. Sangan gives a surge. And, I mean, there is no warning, I believe, on my part, so I was never able to, negate like a potential, super nimble Mega Hamster or Raikou. So maybe Stardust might have been better, because I already had Bottomless, on Future Fusion Summon. I mean, it is what it is. So, Arcanite hits the field. Again, I think the first time, one of the first times, I think, the card hits the Cross-Banlist Cup. I guess you could go for an attack position. Okay, how much defense? What was it? 1800 defense? I'm always going to attack it if I have the opportunity, right? Stuff like Thunder King can always, or Doom Caliber Knight can always attack over like a defense position. You're not sacrificing life points. The Mirror Force is a nice top deck, so let's see that face down. It's not a Raikou, luckily, so I can keep Titania on field, just a nice beat stick. And again, Chaos, if you're not drawing any, Chaos boss monsters in hand, or Light and Dark to, potentially discard them to the graveyard to summon Pulsar, it's not looking too great. So the bluff sets we see now, but there are still 8k life points. The Reborn is a nice top deck though, and I do have a dragon. What was it? The level 6 Synchro. Forgot its name. And that would have been game if it wasn't for effect failure. And is there a top deck? I don't think so. No, Lila is not a top deck. Oh no, Recharge. Okay, potential Chaos boss monster, but nope. Dark Flare is not going to cut it. Dark Arm Dragon is also not live. Too many darks in the graveyard. Iron Chain, I believe. Yeah. So Chaos connects, banishing the face down, and that Daniel indeed connects. So nice and quick, very similar to the previous matchup where, what was it? The opposing deck from Blood was Infernity's right, was leading with 2-0, so let's see if this is going to be the same or a very similar match. So one duel left, if Chaos wants to win, or Quickdraw Dandywarrior wants to win this one. So It's not looking too great. Like, wasn't able to mill Dandelion with Raikou. I could potentially reborn that level 2, go for like, what is it, Iron Chain Dragon, as somewhat of a beat stick, which is okay-ish. Problem though is that if the Synchro deals damage, what is it, your opponent needs to mill 3 cards, and that's mandatory. And Zenmaines as well, so Zenmaines is kinda huge, and I need a top deck, but I top deck Cyber Dragon, and then, you know, this deck has access to Chimera Tech, so immediately get rid of Zenmaines, that's kinda big. Again, go for like a weaker Synchro, but I think it's okay-ish. Again, mill 3, what is it, we see Gores getting milled. Again, Gores could potentially be huge against this deck if it's dropped. Again, kind of weak board, but I'm very low on life points. And Dark Hole gets rid of like both beatsticks. Card Trooper 1900, and this could be game. I do have the Mirror Force, but Pulsar will trigger. Card Trooper will trigger for another draw. And again, I'm forced to Book of Moon Red Eyes Darkness Mel's Ring. This is pre-errata, by the way, so you can, you know, use its effect multiple times. You know, like different copies, right? Quickdraw is not a live draw, and I believe, again, priority. So yeah, I need to flip over Judgment, and yeah, here in this case, priority is not, you know, kind of makes the Book of Moon null and void, like useless. Okay, so too long, but again, Chaos, at least Quickdraw can, you know, open the duel. A couple of options, Dandelion was an option. I eventually go for Titanium as a beatstick plus set 3, you know, kind of go aggressive. Maybe in hindsight, was Dandy potential better option? Maybe force my opponent to attack into Dandy. I don't know. I mean, on the other hand, you know, having Titanium, normal summon Trooper, mill 3, potentially milling Dandelion, you know, get more advantage of that. I mean, it is what it is. Also getting Titanium from the deck, right, with Lone Fires, potentially fueling the pots. Draw Quickdraw, again, not the best. Need to draw Dandelion, draw pot. It's live though. Okay, so I need to hope that I draw Dandy or Foolish or something like that. But draw Veiler, nope, not going to cut it. So it's not looking too great again. You know, I feel behind. With Trooper on field, 1900 attack. Again, Dragons playing a little bit slowly. I guess you could, you know, give that Pecro a bit of respect. Solemn Judgment, Solemn Warning, Torrential, I think Mirror Force as well. Okay, Trooper will give you a draw, but, you know, you can't really commit too much. Even though Pulsar could potentially replenish itself, but, I mean, you know, if I can out at Red MD summon, the deck might not have a follow play after that, but as you see, like, it has so much advantage at this situation. Another Eclipse Mill, or, you know, Banish. A Leviathan Mill, okay, it cannot attack directly, but it gives the deck a Dark in the graveyard, I think. And the game is over. The game is always over. Yeah, I knew it was over. Mirror Force, yeah, I mean, yeah, Pulsar is always going to trigger, we know that. Reborning something, and going for Zenmaines, I guess, was, you know, like a certainty to go for game. Especially with that effect Veiler. Oh yeah, the reason why the Veiler was attempt to go for Battle Phase. So it was always game over. So yeah, game number 5. Let's see. Chaos Artist, you know, Quickdraw, Dandywarrior goes first. And my hand is kind of iffy. I do mill Dandelion, and, you know, I use Duality, so no special summons. I guess for Chaos Dragons you could definitely leave that Sangan, you know, just an attack position, attack over it, you can search Raikou and mill. Draw another Dandelion, so I mill and potentially try to go for Drill Warrior, but I get met by Torrential. Okay, so this is okay-ish. There is not too much advantage from Chaos Dragons here in this situation. I can, you know, go for like a weak Synchro play. Imagine, you know, the Drill Warrior, go for Stardust. Ooh, that would have been so fantastic. Potentially following it up with Pot. Potentially drawing like hand traps, you know, warnings or whatever bottomless to secure the victory. But nope, not the case. But Book of Moon is there, so let's see. Solar Recharge for Heavy Storm. I think for Dark Hole as well. Is this game? I don't think this is game. There is like either a light or dark and not left in the graveyard. I'm not so sure. Or dark, again, I need to recheck it. So Dark Hole, again, Reborn Dark Flare. I can reborn the Pulsar. So it's going back and forth. I mean, it's really, really close. I can set warning, but sadly not enough life points. Chaos Sorcerer is sick? No, there is no light. Okay, there is no light. So Chaos Sorcerer can be used next turn, but no, warning is not life, and I have Failure as well. But Pulsar is not next. That's game. There's nothing I can do about that. You know, warning is not life. Veiler does nothing. a close one, a super clutch one, a super close one, even though, you know, the percentages in the beginning of the video were in a huge favor of Chaos Dragons. It was kind of like a close matchup. So 2 matches remaining and then top 16 playoffs. We have tournament, danger tournament before Bestials and, you know, the other shenanigans. It's going to take on Dark Warrior, you know, Rongo Bongo shenanigans. So feel free to leave your predictions. Okay, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. Feel free to leave a comment or like if you enjoyed the video. Riddim signing out. Peace.